aka Professional High Priestess. I just wanted to come out here and put an emergency message for the Asian community. So you all know that we've been handling a few things with the presidential nominees for different governmental institutions. That's going good. There's a few of them that they know are going to be a problem, but we're going to just try our best to move forward and have a bipartisan effort to make America great again, right? And to stop this nonsense that you guys have started with Department of Defense family, Aki, the Spanish Pernil, and Cyborgia Irclunkla families. So the biggest thing that I wanted to say is that the Chinese community, really the Chinese community has come to find out that a lot of warfare is being waged against them by their own business partners, people that they, made Qiong with. They were in the lab setting stuff up, people that they got in bed with, like literally, they were getting wrapped up in Cyborgia and early love, more love, extra love. They set up whole entire communities together. We set up the entire Black community with you. Why are you turning on us? And they didn't understand that there was like a grand plan put in place for white supremacy. But, it's unfortunate that it got thwarted because they decided to be goofy and upload all of us to virtual reality, right? So this is more or less, for the Chinese community, I'm just going to be very candid. Okay, there's a lot of things that we need to talk about before we can come together as a community at the table. Okay, because it's different white supremacy against people of color. It's different when it's another group of people of color against your own group. And you all have already seen this throughout history that they will turn on you because look what happened with the Chinese Exclusion Acts. Twice. Look what happened with the Korean War, Japanese internment camps. Okay, you should know who your allies are. When they came to round you up, where did you go? You went to the Fillmore to go have Black babies. Okay, so, you need to be more mindful about the fact that the Black community has always been an ally to you, but you guys have operated with viciousness in our community. Qiong, Beauty Supply, the nail salon, wars and fights there, people getting chairs thrown at them, beaten, coming for manicures, Qiong at the restaurant. Yeah, no. We have to have like a better agreement as a community that this is just going to stop, okay? Because we have a common enemy here. Let's be like more, in integrity. And I do have a white rabbit. I do. I do have a fire red rooster. I do. And I know the Chinese name of my fire red rooster. Thank you. Right? I do have a specific dragon. Her name is actually New. She's purple. Okay. So, one of these things here in the Chinese community, it's not about these beings like, collecting all of them. It's about the consciousness of the being, and that's what it represents. And this is why the Asian community, the minute they heard that I had a rabbit and they saw this in the serpent, they already knew to stop. Okay. So now, one of the things that's, obvious in the situation is that the white community was very dishonest and dishonorable with you in regards to their true intention. Now you're dealing with the other white community that you forgot about because you didn't understand what the original white community you were playing with was hiding and harboring, right? And that they were going to war with them too. And then infiltrating their group to go against you when you caught on to their game because they started molesting your kids, right? And harassing your women at work. So I think for the Asian community, the biggest thing is that they're going to have to come to a consensus if they want to keep on playing with the Black community. Playing in Africa, that has to stop. It has to stop before you can get any support from me. Because you already know, you've seen it, like it just stopped. It can just stop. Some of you all want access to this technology. There's a few people that they already set things up so they can be eligible, and you already know that. You've heard their names on my channel before, and now you see what's going on with them. They're not dealing with anything. In order for us to make that deal, you already know what needs to currently go on. The dictators in Africa, let's just go ahead and set the agenda. The dictators and the families you worked with in Africa to defraud the other Africans, deal with them. The Asian businesses, individuals, families that are harassing Africans in Asia, deal with them. Make sure every single last Black body is found and sent back to their family. Make sure every single last Black person is given a prosthetic if they were amputated, okay? Given housing, given their house back, their car back, their money back, their bank account back, their money back, okay? So that's like very simple. You have a list of these people. Prisoners of war, you already know that they have to get released, okay? No, there's a few black ones. There's two good white ones, and you know who their family is and how that got orchestrated for them to come. And I'm just going to be on base here and then get kidnapped. So you already know what that looks like, okay? You are watching what's currently going on with the Republican Party. You know that you can definitely get put on the chopping block. You heard what happened with Department of Defense, Secretary of Defense. You know what can happen, okay? In the United States of America, you already need to know that you cannot operate in any low-income community with any type of drama, period. The chemicals have to stop. The Qigong has to stop immediately. That's too dishonorable. Feeding it to kids and doing all this and catering parties. And it's my daughter's fifth birthday. I'm bringing this for the school kids. All that has to stop. All of it. That nonsense you guys were doing with, stop it. Okay? Just, you know what to do with it. That's what I want to see. Because you know I'm going to find out about it. So that's the deal that needs to be made with the Asian community. And the minute you guys make that deal, which is currently in the process of being made, then we can move forward. You can have your representatives reach out. I have had a representative reach out before. Thank you. And I was the one that handled and orchestrated that with your associate. And you guys know that that was me that did that. So if you are asking for certain things, your health, your protection, awareness, as well as access to this technology, you already know in order to work with us in the Asian community that's consistently been harassed by a lot of you, right? In order for that to happen, you know that there needs to be a rectification. And a lot of the people that are going to be eligible for this we had to go work with their family because of what happened with all this with Pac Bell and what was going on with our families and how it was Willie Brown that started all this and, Fisherman's Wharf, mass shooting, all those different type of things. This is the only reason why you got involved in that. You're being given an opportunity, okay? This is fine. I know she's watching. We will speak Chinese on here. Certain things can be spoken in Chinese. Also, too, you guys heard about the Arabic. You have to drink a cup of water. You have to accept with the red dragon and a specific high priestess. Each one of you guys are going to find out, oh, yeah, we set up your family. Oh, you died. Oh, you own this language. Oh, fuck. And she's going to send you on a specific journey. So some people have left America. They've done all kinds of stuff so they can clean up. And this is how this started. So for the Asian community, I feel like that's, what I can offer, right, on behalf of my community, okay, as a representative. So I feel like moving forward, go ahead. It's okay to send your representative. We can start working. We can start planning. Some of you guys want to work with space travel. If there's anything going on with space travel, there's certain agreements that have to be made. Certain chemicals, they can only be used for certain things. But there's opportunity for you to go get other things, right? There is opportunity to use the chemical editing platform. There are several businesses. And as a part of that, it's not just like, breaking down the chemical. You also get awareness in regards to what you can break that chemical down into and what you can build, okay? Products, all those different type of things. It's like 6 new chemical product markets that we're going to have. For the computer, for the country itself, for the firewall itself will have a few things placed upon it, but you guys already know the websites that need to, be allowed in Asia, mainly China. For Japan, the budget for a Rabbit Island and 3 other areas where there's high amounts of like animals living in the wild, it needs to be increased, okay? So the same money that you guys are using to play with Qiong in neighborhoods where there's the original Okinawans, dark-skinned Japanese, and like the hood Japanese, Kira, right? And you guys are playing with Meg Thee Stallion. Do you know who that man's family is and what they did? Okani wakanu watashi wasta, right? All of that has to stop. So, and also in Asia, Balut, period, in the next 24 hours has to stop. All Balut, all of it. We're not going to negotiate that. For the Asian community, the practice of eating duck, the practice of cutting up animals at their body part, because I saw that as well. Okay, that was a disgrace in China. Yeah, that's all gonna stop. This madness you guys are playing with seafood, all of it has to stop. I heard the octopus has stopped, the seahorse is stopping. Thank you. They've let me know that there's been a truce called with that, and there's a war that stopped in space because of that. There's a specific company that's one of the third to start that whole seahorse export. I'm going to show you the building. It's like big and gray and it has like this lettering on it. You know that man, okay? There's a few other companies I know. Yeah, he's involved with Alibaba to a certain extent. There's like a few seahorse high priests and priestesses. Their bodies got stuck underneath like a fridge. Take them up from out of that fridge. It's going to stop a big curse on Asia. That's one of the biggest curses on Asia. It's that and a certain aquatic being that was eaten. So that has to just stop completely. Yeah. This with playing with boba. It's not necessarily that. Shark fin soup, that has to stop. It's really playing with the aquatic being that has to stop. There are 3 aquatic beings that you surefire can consume, and I'm going to go ahead and give you that list because it was just created in space because of what they did with magic. Catfish is one of them. Salmon is not one of them. Tilapia is not one of them. The pork grunt. A tropical fish, she's one of them. They started slavery, so you guys want to go chop up a bunch of fish and meat? You can clean out Asia with that one. And make sure the right people get it, right? Okay. So we're doing pretty good here. Okay. So, and then also to the stalking and harassment, in Asia, out of Asia, just let the whites expose themselves, right? For the most part, you guys have done a pretty good job at that. The biggest issue is the immigrants that come, they don't understand, and then they think it's okay to play. So this is where your job is going to come educating them in terms of you can't just like play like that in America. That's how we got caught, because that's how you guys got caught in LA. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Some of you all are looking for computation. There's a new tool that I have out for, it's like a computation board. So it doesn't matter where your computer is at with memory, this and this and that. You put in this certain type of algorithm, it'll get you to this ability to do these type of computations, right? So you guys are looking for that automotive industry. Okay, there is something that we can do. There's something we can do with old cars and then a bunch of parts for different like devices, locomotives, all of that. So save that. Okay, Asia, you've done pretty good in terms of preserving metals. All right, I can say that. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have an opportunity to use all that. Some of you also, you want to be the next Tesla, you want to be the next BMW. Maybe we don't need that. Okay. Maybe we need to save some of that for improving space travel. Okay. So for Asia, you guys want to be the next Tesla, this and that. You could just take the company. That I can help you do. That's me that's been doing that. I've been the one shutting down the Tesla server. That's why you're seeing these recalls and stuff like that. It's us doing it from space. Because they're playing with people's kids. So, because remember, Elon Musk is the primary one that's playing. Okay, now you see where that's coming from. And all the Cybertruck fires and Tesla crashes and fires. Because you're playing with kids and then you're inciting white supremacists and dangling over their head like coding libraries. So some of you guys we don't need our own coding library. We just need to get put into the database so we can use it. Because you guys already saw that, yes. That the work didn't work. And certain people, look at my CPU, it's working. And yours isn't working. What are you doing? Are you playing with Qiyong? Okay, stop that. So let's keep moving, okay? One of the things here is that I'm going to need Asia, mainly China, to get their military proper. You are going to get a message from one of the original high priests of emperor warfare in China. He was the original one that taught people how to conjure entities and things like that and take on physical form and go into battle. It's a very popular thing in Hawaii. It's called the Night Walkers. He's going to come and give a message about warfare and also too weapons trading. You already know what that looks like. That's a good deal, but you already know just for now, we're going to kind of slow things down because of everything that's moving. I'll let you know where we can go. I'll let you know when it's clear. We're not looking at until February. Okay. Right? Yeah, it's done. It's all of them are tapped. Okay. So this is why you can send your representatives in and we can start the work of getting the file formats on there, getting the tensor spaces going, getting the spectrum bands going. You guys already saw that firsthand. We can start that process, but it's not until February that we're going to be able to move those, right? So it will be called Xiotium. So it's not until then we'll be able to go into Xiotium. And it's going to cost Chiazoko I want to say about 45. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is move forward. Okay, our existing assets, things like that. All I can promise you is the ability to repopulate. Okay. So take down all your dollar amounts, get your spreadsheets together, do what you can with the last. Be careful. All I can say is all I can do is as you are moving and handling business, it would be called diazon to kungangi. As you're doing that, I can only keep your eyes open, turn left, not right. There's a traffic cam right there. I almost went there. That's all I can give you right now as you're doing that. Okay. I would also say just be careful with just be careful with Digungzim. You already know, you saw their hand. Don't come into any conversations, don't at all. And you already know to, right? Jinzu because Tirkwasi Dukwa Chum to say Zuai Siki Kwasi Kanase, they're like expecting it. So okay, it's 45 years of it's done. That's done. Yeah, and several children switched at birth and very dishonorable things that just like went too far. Yeah, there was a representative that confirmed if I wanted the position. Again, it wouldn't start until I'll take it. Thank you. I would love to work with you. Thank you, High Priest. Do I know? I know. I know exactly what's going on. For now, I will say this. There's a representative that recently came in. Mingwai Kuzon Dai Gozai, you heard last couple of days. He's telling the truth. He is under investigation. He is under investigation. They're all under investigation. She's the one that started that. The Viets, they got hit. So just, not until February that we'll be able to go in Juozukwakaisi. So we're going to go ahead and just lay low with that one. And he'll be able to get out. The one with the higher position, the higher hat, you know what I'm talking about? He's not going to be able to get out of that at all. And they've started the investigation again, magnifying glass into they've started the investigation into because they, were spying, watching, lurking. It was this with fentanyl and they caught them again. So just know that, okay? That's all I can offer you right now. It's for you to know that it's okay to come out because somebody very major is going to reach out to me. Yeah, your guy, I already reached out. Okay. So that was like a long time ago. I figured like, oh, just promotions, not promotions, just like awareness, information. Now we can move forward, right? So I would say that he will be okay, but also too, he has to jizz in the eagle side because you know what happened with all of that. They're going to try to blame him for that. So we can bring this up later and say that, they were trying to play with that man because of what happened in that industry and what's going to happen with, people getting held up and held responsible. So I would say, on behalf of the Black and Brown Indigenous community in regards to the technology and what's going on with space, because I'm ordained to be a representative, that we can now move forward into the rectification of, between us, because we were once on a similar planet. That's where it actually started. So, right. So moving forward, I feel like there's going to be like more harmony and cohesion. Welcome, sister. Where have you been? Right. Hey, I'll take those pot stickers and dumplings. Oh, they're vegan. Hey, even the wrap. Right, you're doing a good job. Right. So now we can come to the table, right, and break bread. Right. Trigger warning. And not have those type of feelings at the table because now we see what happened here, and now we see where we need to move forward. Okay, so you do have to. This does entail the murder of Guy Gozai, and we've already agreed upon that. So one of the other things that has to happen here is you already know that this needs to get put onto the table in regards to moving forward to build the system. And if that's the case, you want to be the first to show your hand in that. That's a great idea. Let's go ahead and let's start working. Somebody's like interested, like, okay, but what about we can make our own token and yeah, you guys can go make your own crypto. It depends on there's like 4 things that I need done, and like if I can get like 28 ARs to the East Coast in the next like 9 days, then you guys have yourself a deal and you already know what to do. I can activate it. So one of the things here is now that we've had this conversation, right, out of virtual reality, and now we're coming in person, right, like hello, right? I will say this. Well, it'll be the opportunity to come in person. I'm gonna also show myself somewhere. I'm gonna go show myself somewhere tomorrow. You'll know because you'll get a phone call that Ming Lai has come here. She came to the exact place, and that's how you'll know how ready I am. Oh, she came to the direct place, and she knows. That means she knows. I know. I know exactly where to go. There's 3 places I can go to, right, to get you set up, and you set up. So I'm gonna go to all 3 places tomorrow, okay? And that's how you'll know that we're ready to like work. And that's how you know that Ming Wai is gonna make good on her deal. We're not just gonna move the Dracos. We're not just gonna move this. We're not just gonna like stop this, or we're not just gonna like, and she doesn't come forth on the deal. I'm gonna show my hand there tomorrow. And this is how we're gonna start the Black and Yellow Panthers again, okay? So anyways, right, this time honorably, right, in space, in drama, in source high. So one of the things that like we have an alliance in here together is there are a few beings that we have a commonality between. And when you see these beings, it's the Komodo. It's a certain type of serpent, her, and it's the crocodile. In regards to aquatic beings, no, it's those 3 type of serpentine beings. You start seeing them out and about, you get messages, things like that, you're moving forward, okay? So again, this is for the betterment of our entire community. So how could this be a bad thing? I think it's a great opportunity that we're handling these type of like high security, national, international security talks about Dracos and weapons and shit like that on YouTube because hoes wanted to play with virtual reality. So you guys know me, I'm very professional. I'm very easy to get along with, right? So I know that I'm aware of Jules and Kaikon, and very early on, like, well, look at Dungozai, and it's okay. I know that I was uploaded, but I also saw Ingu guys in Gozai, and that's why I was able to, move forward into Gozai using, and I didn't get really angry. And you saw that because you guys haven't gotten hit. So that's how you know that I was watching the entire time, and you heard that on my YouTube like 4 years ago. Do you know that Gundaisi is watching this? And that's how like this started. Like, don't get involved in that, and that's how we're able to now salvage and recover from the little that we have, especially with the IPAC conference, and we can move forward, right? So you guys know, start preparing. Some people may get hit. You already know what to do, but for the most part, the community will be able to sustain ourselves. It's not going to be how it was like last time. Yeah. And I do know about what happened about 6-7 years ago that's coming up right now in city and county of San Francisco. Okay. There is a major death that did happen today too. And I think that you need to know this because this is one of the things that you're going to have to, this is one of the things that's currently coming up with this whole alliance in regards to how they orchestrated something so dishonorable. And that is the Director of Economic Development from the Mayor's Office of Housing and Workforce Development. She has died, Pia. She was working with London. They were moving money around San Francisco Housing Development Corporation. They got hit. San Francisco Housing Development Corporation. You don't know that Children's Council, the CEO, she is now at Glide. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, she died today. So I just wanted to let you know that that's like a major, okay. Yeah, redevelopment deals. Exactly. And Aaliyah and Romeo Must Die, and they shouldn't have put that on TV. Thank you. That's how they exposed themselves early on Hanifi. So that's one of the things that's coming up with the Chinese community because they all saw Aaliyah and she started playing the movie. Like, do you remember this? It's gonna come up again. Do you see what I told you? Exactly. And that's why the Chinese community sat down. That's what happened. It's something that they put in that movie that's coming up right now. That's all I'll say. Only few people will understand. DMX is dead in real life. Who was he in that movie in San Francisco? That's what's happening now to that man. Thank you. So for the Chinese community, that's all. Thank you, Guaisen.